In the quiet English countryside, 50 miles north of London, sat Bletchley Park, a Victorian mansion surrounded by lakes and gardens. From the outside, it looked like nothing more than a country estate. Inside, it housed one of the most consequential secret operations of the Second World War, the breaking of Nazi Germany's Enigma cipher. The Enigma machine looked deceptively simple, a typewriter-like device with a keyboard, a lampboard, and a set of rotating wheels called rotors. But its mathematics were staggering. Each keystroke sent an electrical signal through a scrambled path of rotors and a plugboard, lighting up a different letter than the one pressed. The rotors advanced with every keystroke, meaning the substitution changed constantly. With multiple rotor settings, ring positions, and plugboard combinations, the number of possible configurations ran into the hundreds of trillions. The German military believed it was mathematically impossible to break, but Poland had already cracked the door open. In the early 1930s, Polish mathematician Marian Rejewski, working for Polish military intelligence, used mathematical theory and a captured commercial Enigma machine to reconstruct its internal wiring. Rejewski and his colleagues Jerzy Rzycki and Henryk Zagalski built a device called the Bombe cryptologiczna to help find daily settings. Just weeks before Germany invaded Poland in 1939, Polish intelligence shared their findings and reconstructed machines with British and French codebreakers, a gift that would prove priceless. Britain gathered its brightest minds at Bletchley Park under the government code and cipher school. Mathematicians, linguists, chess champions, and crossword enthusiasts were recruited, often through cryptic newspaper puzzles or quiet academic recommendations. Among them was Alan Turing, a Cambridge mathematician whose theoretical work on computation made him uniquely suited to the task. Turing, along with colleague Gordon Welshman, would transform Poland's early breakthroughs into something far more powerful. Turing and Welshman designed an electro-mechanical device called the Bombe, an evolution of the Polish Bombe, built to test thousands of possible Enigma rotor settings at extraordinary speed. Each bomb stood over 6 feet tall, filled with rotating drums that mimicked Enigma rotors, searching for the one setting that would turn gibberish into readable German. Dozens of these machines eventually ran around the clock at Bletchley and its outstations, tended largely by servicewomen from the Women's Royal Naval Service. But raw machinery alone wasn't enough. Because German operators changed settings every 24 hours, the codebreakers had to essentially win the puzzle fresh each day. They relied heavily on cribs, educated guesses about what a message might contain. German operators unknowingly helped by using predictable phrases, repeating certain formats, or even reusing settings. One of the most useful cribs came from German weather reports, which followed rigid formatting, giving codebreakers a foothold into the day's settings. The work was organized into specialized huts, each numbered and assigned different tasks. Hut 6 focused on breaking Army and Air Force Enigma traffic. Hut 8 tackled the far more difficult naval Enigma, and Huts 3 and 4 translated and analyzed the decrypted material into actionable intelligence. Naval Enigma proved especially brutal, using a more complex system with additional rotors. Breaking it required not just mathematics, but also captured material, codebooks and machine parts seized from German U-boats and weather ships during daring naval operations, sometimes at great cost to Allied sailors. The intelligence produced from these decrypts was given the classified codename Ultra. It was treated with such secrecy that only a small circle of military leaders, including Winston Churchill himself, knew its true source. Information had to be used carefully, sometimes requiring cover stories, like claiming a reconnaissance plane had spotted a convoy that codebreakers had actually located through decrypted messages, to avoid tipping off the Germans that their code had been broken. The impact of Bletchley Park's work rippled across nearly every theater of the war. In the Battle of the Atlantic, breaking naval Enigma allowed Allied convoys to reroute around U-boat wolfpacks, saving countless ships carrying vital food and war supplies from America. When the Germans introduced a fourth rotor to their naval Enigma machines in 1942, plunging Bletchley back into darkness for months, shipping losses spiked again until codebreakers, aided by captured material, found their way back in. Ultra-intelligence also shaped land campaigns. In North Africa, decoded German supply and troop movement reports helped Field Marshal Bernard Montgomery anticipate Erwin Rommel's plans. Ahead of the D-Day landings in June 1944, decrypts helped confirm that German commanders had been successfully deceived by Allied misdirection about the invasion's true location, giving planners crucial confidence before committing hundreds of thousands of troops. Beyond its wartime impact, the work at Bletchley Park carried a legacy far beyond codebreaking. Turing's designs for the Bombe, and later the Colossus machine, built to break the even more complex Lorenz cipher used by the German High Command, represented early steps toward modern computing. Colossus, developed by engineer Tommy Flowers, is considered one of the first programmable electronic computers, though its existence remained classified for decades after the war. Historians estimate that the intelligence gained at Bletchley Park shortened the war in Europe by a significant margin, potentially by as much as 2 years, saving millions of lives. Yet the Codebreakers themselves received no public recognition for decades. Bound by the Official Secrets Act, many took their work to the grave without ever telling family members what they had done. The full story of Bletchley Park did not emerge publicly until the 1970s, and further details continued surfacing for years afterward. Alan Turing's own story ended tragically. Despite his monumental contributions, he was prosecuted in 1952 under British indecency laws for his homosexuality, stripped of his security clearance, and subjected to chemical castration. He died in 1954. It was not until 2009 that the British government issued a formal apology, followed by a royal pardon in 2013. Today, Bletchley Park stands as a museum, honoring the Codebreakers whose quiet, secretive brilliance helped determine the outcome of the war. Proof that sometimes the sharpest weapon isn't a gun or a bomb, but a mind solving a puzzle no one else believed could be solved.